Today our topic is how to stay motivated when things get hard. Life is not always easy. Sometimes it feels like everything is going wrong. You might face problems at work, in relationships, or with your health. It's normal to feel tired, frustrated, or even hopeless when things get hard. But the truth is, hard times are a part of life. Everyone goes through them. The question is, how do you stay motivated when things feel too difficult? How do you keep going when you want to give up? Let's talk about this. First, remember that motivation is not something that comes from outside. It's not something you can find or buy. Motivation comes from within. It's about your mindset, your thoughts, and your choices. When things get hard, you have two options. You can give up, or you can keep going. The choice is yours. But before you choose, let's think about why it's worth it to keep going. One reason is that hard times teach us important lessons. When you face challenges, you learn about yourself. You discover your strengths and weaknesses. You learn what you're capable of. Every challenge you overcome makes you stronger and wiser. Think about it. The most successful people in the world didn't get there because everything was easy. They got there because they didn't give up when things got hard. They faced problems, made mistakes, and kept going. You can do the same. Another reason to stay motivated is that hard times don't last forever. Life is always changing. What feels impossible today might feel easy tomorrow. When you're in the middle of a difficult situation, it's easy to forget this. But it's true. The storm will pass. The sun will shine again. And when it does, you'll be proud of yourself for not giving up. So how do you stay motivated when things get hard? Here are some ideas. First, focus on what you can control. When life feels overwhelming, it's easy to feel like everything is out of your control. But this is not true. There are always things you can control. For example, you can control your attitude. You can choose to stay positive, even when things are tough. You can control your effort. You can choose to keep trying, even when it feels like you are not making progress. You can control your actions. You can choose to do small things every day that move you closer to your goals. When you focus on what you can control, you take back your power. You stop feeling like a victim and start feeling like a fighter. Second, break your problems into smaller pieces. Big problems can feel impossible to solve, but if you break them into smaller pieces, they become easier to handle. For example, if you're feeling overwhelmed at work, don't think about everything you have to do. Just focus on one task at a time. If you're trying to improve your health, don't think about all the changes you need to make. Just start with one small change, like drinking more water or going for a walk. When you take small steps, you make progress without feeling overwhelmed. Third, remember your why. Why are you doing this? Why is it important to you? When things get hard, it's easy to forget your reasons. But your why is your anchor. It's what keeps you going when everything else feels hopeless. Maybe you're working hard because you want to provide for your family. Maybe you're studying because you want to create a better future for yourself. Maybe you're trying to overcome a personal challenge because you want to prove to yourself that you can do it. Whatever your reason, keep it in mind. Write it down if you need to. Look at it every day. Let it remind you why you're fighting. Fourth, celebrate small wins. When you're facing a big challenge, it's easy to feel like you're not making progress. But progress is not always obvious. Sometimes it's small and slow. That's why it's important to celebrate small wins. Did you finish a difficult task? Celebrate. Did you make a small improvement? Celebrate. Did you get through a tough day without giving up? Celebrate. When you celebrate small wins, you remind yourself that you're moving forward. You build momentum and keep yourself motivated. Fifth, don't be afraid to ask for help. Sometimes we try to do everything on our own. We think asking for help is a sign of weakness, but this is not true. Asking for help is a sign of strength. It shows that you're willing to do whatever it takes to overcome your challenges. So if you're struggling, don't be afraid to reach out to someone. Talk to a friend, a family member, or a professional. Sometimes just talking about your problems can make them feel smaller. And sometimes other people can give you advice or support that helps you keep going. Sixth, practice gratitude. When things get hard, it's easy to focus on what's wrong. But even in the darkest times, there are things to be grateful for. Maybe it's your health, your family, or your friends. Maybe it's a small moment of peace or joy. When you practice gratitude, you shift your focus from what's wrong to what's right. You remind yourself that even though life is hard, there is still good in it. This can give you the strength to keep going. Seventh, take care of yourself. When you're facing challenges, it's easy to neglect yourself. You might stop eating well, stop exercising, or stop sleeping enough. But this only makes things worse. When you take care of yourself, you give yourself the energy and strength you need to face your problems. So make time for self-care. Eat healthy food, get enough sleep, and move your body. Take breaks when you need them. Do things that make you happy. When you take care of yourself, you're better able to handle whatever life throws at you. Finally, remember that you're not alone. Everyone faces challenges. Everyone has hard times. You're not the only one. And just like other people have overcome their challenges, you can overcome yours too. You're stronger than you think. You've already survived 100% of your worst days. You can survive this one too. In conclusion, staying motivated when things get hard is not easy. But it's possible. Focus on what you can control. Break your problems into smaller pieces. Remember your why. Celebrate small wins. Ask for help. Practice gratitude. Take care of yourself. And remember, you're not alone. Life is hard, but you're harder. You've got this. Keep going.